Okay, so Daniel, can you tell me the colors from left to right?
White, yellow, red, blue.
Okay, so now let's say I do this. Nicola, what are my colors now?
Orange, white, blue, yellow.
That's right. Okay, Elisa, what about now?
White, blue, yellow, red.
Okay, so it's the same four pens, right? Doesn't I didn't change it up. It didn't change colors. So this is what we're doing in today's lesson. We are rearranging the order. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. So in this first example right here on page 30, uh, this equation right here is D equals A plus B, but I don't want it to be D equals. Right? So instead, I want to express A in terms of B and D. That sounds so confusing, right? Express A in terms of B and D. In other words, all I'm really saying in English is solve for A. Right? That's what it means. So for A right here, instead of D equals A plus B, can I rearrange it so that it's A equals or A by itself side?
You can subtract B on both sides.
Right. So if I want A by itself, that means I'm going to move the B over. Just like how we did it with numbers, when I move that B over, it becomes minus B. That's right. All right, positive B becomes minus B. So my equation is simply D minus B equals A. Okay. So all I did was I rearranged it the order. And that's your answer. That's all it is. Okay. It looks weird. You're probably thinking, but where's the numbers? There's no numbers in this one. All right. B. What about this one? C equals 2 pi r. By the way, what formula is this? Who remember? Yeah. Of circumference of a circle. Good. Okay, so that's why it's C equals. But what if I don't want to solve for C equals? I want to solve for R equals. So the question is asking you to isolate R. So what R equals? Okay, refresh.
You can divide both sides by 2 pi.
Yeah, so if I want R by itself, then I'm going to move away the 2 pi. How do I move it away? Well, 2 times pi times R. So the opposite is? Opposite of times?
Division.
Division. Yeah, so I'm just dividing it by 2 pi. Okay. So you could think of it as you're dividing by 2 and then you're dividing by pi, but it's just the same thing as dividing 2 pi all at once. So my equation, after I rearrange the order, is simply just this. Okay, again, it looks really weird. It looks wrong, but it's right. Okay. C. A equals L squared. What formula is this? Yeah.
Like the area of a square.
Area of a square, right? So we're used to seeing A equal this, A equals that, A equals length times width, A equals base times height divided by 2. But now again, we want to solve for the different variable. We want L by itself. Okay. So how do I get rid of the square? Yep. Yep, this means L times L, but what's the opposite of square? Daniel? Square root, right? So to move the square over to the other side, it means I'm doing square root. And there you go. That's my answer. Okay. So second part of the question says, so if I know the area is 32, what is the length? So if I substitute it in here, 32, okay, square root 32. Square root 32. I get this. So what's my final answer? Charles? 5.6. Sorry, I didn't hear the last part. 5.66. Half a mark off. So still half a mark off.
5.7.
Still half a mark off.
5.6
Centimeters, units. Okay, so I didn't say what to round to. So whatever you rounded to, I would have given you the mark, but you have to have units. Okay, how do you know it's centimeters? Yeah.
Because the area is centimeter square.
Right, because the area right here is centimeters square. So that's how you know your length has to be in centimeters. All right. So you better not lose these half marks on the test. Okay. How are we doing so far? Yep.
Is the test going to be online?
I'll talk about that. So I just have one more example. Okay. So how many of you have heard of the this phrase y equals mx plus b? Yeah, we're gonna get into that in the next chapter. Next 3 chapters is all about y equals mx plus b. Okay. So y equals mx plus b is the equation of a line, general equation of a line. But now I want to express x in terms of y, m, and b. So can somebody translate this sentence into English for me? What am I trying to solve for? Yeah, exactly. So this just means solve for x. Okay. So can you guys try this? Y equals mx plus b. I want to isolate the x. Okay, try it on your paper. Do you think you know it? Okay, write it out. Write it out.
Is it y minus b divided by m?
Good job. Yay. Yeah. Just like if it was with numbers, like 5 equals 3x plus 8. You would always move that number over first. Right? So remember you were trying to solve for x, meaning you want x by itself. So if you want this by itself, you're moving the b over first. Okay. When you move that over, you get y minus b equals y minus b equals mx. 8. So it becomes minus b. Yep. And then I still want x by itself, but I have m times x right here. So to kick out the m, I'm dividing. Since it's m times x, opposite operation, divide. So my final equation, y minus b over m. Okay. So again, it looks ugly because you're used to seeing x equals 5, x equals negative 100. You're used to having x as an answer. But just like at the beginning of the class, when I did this and you were rearranging, there was no numbers. It was just the same pens that I was like rotating, rearranging the order. That's what you're doing right here. Okay. So quick, short lesson, less than 10 minutes. That's all it is. On the tests on Monday, you will definitely need to, there will be a couple of questions where you are rearranging. So it will most likely be from this list. Okay, so make sure you do try these ones on page 31. So I could be giving you like V equals D divided by T, solve for T. P equals 2L plus 2W, solve for W. It's going to be from here. Okay? All right, so homework, page 31, 32, and then we start review tomorrow.